Hello, folks. Welcome to the second part from Elk Road to San Francisco, California. And we're heading on down the line here. My dad's last name, my dad's first name was Cisco, C-I-S-C-O. Same as in to San Francisco. But that just got me thinking about him when I said San Francisco. But we're heading out in our MHA Construction trucks, all in our hydraulic hoses, pumps, and cylinders, oil filters, air filters, getting her down the line. Yeah, that's what we're doing, right? So we're finishing up where we should have finished it all in one day over there yesterday. Nobody won't sit for no air around. Now you sit all down day, right? Yeah, but that's my job, right? Is that right? What are you doing? What are you doing over there just sitting there like that? That's what I do, right? Looks like it's what you do too. Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah, the Pete 389, 600 horsepower Cummins, heading down the road here. I don't know what that flashing was right there. I had trouble with my track hour. It was working fine. And then all of a sudden it's not working. I don't know, every one of them, I've had two of those. And I always have trouble with it. Some people never have trouble with them, I don't think. I always have trouble with them. We gotta stop in here and get the baloney away. Get out, Ralph. You might put us overweight. Now, yeah, Rusty, you ought to be the one to step out of the truck. Look at yourself. Up down, Ralph. Behave yourself, Ralph. Grandkids gotta watch this. Why, you the one that said that, I did. Thanks to Luke, making these trailers. I sorted design some of them. Showed him pictures and he jumped right on it and made them for me. So I sure do appreciate that. MHA Construction really made them for the mouth to be if you're a fan of the mouth, you should be a fan of the trailer. That's what that was about. Thinking about construction and working on them out of things. Like when I started the old crane carrier to the other end of the job one time, about 8 miles. I was low on hydraulic oil, and I seen the grease man there right where I was getting ready to leave from. And I said, I need some hydraulic oil. Well, it looked like we got another wreck, Ralph. Yeah, I ain't never seen nothing like it, Rusty. I was gonna have to do something about this. These people can't drive. Look at this right here. No reason in the world to be like that. Yeah. Well, anyway, I was out of hydraulic oil, and I told the grease man, I said, I need some hydraulic oil. He said, I ain't got time to fool with you, son. He'd run around in a panic. I said, well, that's all right. So I drove the drill 8 miles up to the other end of the job, and I got up there and I just turned her off. The ball's gonna burn. I said, what's the matter with it? I said, it ain't got no hydraulic oil in it, it's low on it. I said, he said he was too busy to get me in. Boy, they called him, got him back up there in a hurry. Boy, he was mad when he got there. And another time I was drove my drill back down to that other end of the job again, and they told me to go down there and drill. I couldn't get up to the drill bench. The hill was too steep. It was starting to spin. You can't let them spin. If they wheel hop, they'll break the rear end every time. So I was starting up that hill, and it spun a little bit, and I quit. I walked up the hill and told the dozer man, I said, son, I need you to pull me up this hill here. And he's another one of them fellas in a panic. Thought he was a boss or something. He said, I ain't got time to fool with you right now. And I went back down there and I just sat down in my drill. About 3 hours later, boss come down there and said, what you doing down here? I said, well, they said they didn't have time to pull me up the hill. And he went up there and got that straightened out right fast and got me drug up the hill real quick. Never got nobody fired, but they never fired anybody. But anything them fellas wanted to tell me they didn't have time to fool with me, I just say, well, okay. I just sit here and wait. No big deal to me. The worst thing was when they made you run the drill all day long and the fuel filter's bad. You go in there and run it 10, 12 hours and you tell them to change fuel filters, and you tell the boss over and over and over that you need fuel filters. They wouldn't fool with it. And every time you turn the air compressor on, kick the air compressor on, the steel rotation and down pressure and all that stuff, the engine pull down almost quit. You have to turn the down pressure off and all this stuff, and it'd pick back up a little, kick the air compressor off, and it'd pick back up, and it'd go on like that all day. Start to raise some mask up on it to boom, and it'd idle down about quit. That's the miserablest day you ever spent at work in your life, when you actually can't work. I'd rather go home and not get paid than put in a day like that at work. It's, you know, some people might like to just sit there and goof off all day, but if I'm gonna have to run that drill, I want it to work right. I don't want to sit there and fool with some piece of junk all day. And then every time I hit a lever on it, it tries to quit. But that's a long-winded story of a day at the job. That's right, there's a lot of days like that, Russ. A lot of days you couldn't hardly get nothing fixed. And that nothing, that's one of them Kentucky words there, right, Rusty? Well, I don't know where all they use it at there, Ralph. Hey, be careful there, Russ. There's a lot of stuff right here, a lot of traffic. I thought you said there wasn't no traffic. Well, I was wrong. I don't usually make videos in the dark. People, I got called out on this. That Smoky Bear report there, Rusty, right beside of you. Thank you, Ralph. You a lot of help. Yeah, I thought so. That's what Peggy said, my woman. She said, hey, Ralph, you a lot of help mowing the grass. I don't even know what to say about that, Ralph. You forgot to tell them, Rusty, that when you work them jobs, all them years you work with the same crew about all the time. Grease man, dollar man, fuel man, powder man, all that stuff. You work with the same people all the time. Yeah, that's right, Ralph. That's why they get mad every now and then. Say, I ain't got time to fool with you or this and that. They get grumpy. But stayed basically with the same people about all the time. And there's one day it's really cold. That's up in West Virginia. Up in them mountains up there working, man. It was cold. And my drill didn't have a heater in it, or I don't think I was drilling. I think I had the drill just sitting there. No heater, didn't have nothing to do. The grease man, same grease man, sitting there in his truck with the heater running, you know, wind is up, sitting there all toasty and warm. I walked over there. I climbed up in his truck. And he says, ain't you got nothing to do like take that grease gun, grease them fits on that drill, or clean it up, or do something? I said, son, what are you doing, writing my book? I said, I'm just warming up. I don't know why it bothered him so bad. I decided to take a little break. Him sitting there all toasty, more than me freezing to death. That's the way life went, though. A lot of them fellas was grumpy, including me. I was probably about one of the hardest ones to get along with. As long as they didn't bother me, I didn't bother them. That's right, Rusty. The bosses bothered me. I bothered them too. There was one old boss I got on one day because he sat there all winter and watched us. They didn't have no rock trucks running or nothing. It just drills. It was getting ahead for about a month or something. There was a really bad winter. And we was working out there, 3 drills running through a cut. And every time you put off a shot, it'd break the bank back a little bit further. We get a little, every shot would seem to get a little bit wider. And about time we got to the other end of about 3/4 way through the cut, the old boss told the powder man that we was messing up, that we drove all the way across. We was drilling way too wide now and had it all messed up, taking too long to get a shot off and all this kind of stuff. And he told the powder man that, and the powder man come told me that. So when the boss come down there, he rolled his window down. I said, son, next time you want to talk about me, you come down here and say something to me. I said, don't be telling the powder man about me. I said, if you want to say something, come tell me. And the next day I went over there, my drill was gone. They shipped it to another job. That's alright, I didn't lose a day's work, I just had to drive to a different job. But he shipped me out after that day. But I told him, I said, son, you sat there all winter in that truck with nothing to do watching us. I said, you could have said something. But found out the next day my drill had been lowboyed to another job. Too much talking. That's right, Rusty, that's right. We're in one heck of a city now. San Francisco. We can party tonight down here. Yeah, we might do that route. Yeah, that sounds interesting there. We're gonna have to call and check on that dog. Yeah, we'll check on him. We'll check on him tonight. I'm sure he's fine. Yeah. My internet's slow on upload. I'm a little slow on making videos. Each time I play with my grandson all day. We sit here today and watch jet fighter jet. Boy, he loved that. 2 years old. And he loves watching them farm sim with them tractors and stuff. Plus these trucking videos. He likes my videos too because it's got that bald head in there like his papa. And we had a good time today. I had a space shuttle I bought at, let's see, I bought it down there in Florida at Cape Canaveral, I think. When I spent a half a day down there, that's a great place to visit. But I dug that thing up today and let him play that space shuttle today. Then I showed him the video about planes and stuff, how they worked and all this and that. So he was having a time running around there flying the plane and that big heavy space shuttle. He drops them metal toys and big heavy metal toys on his toes every now and then. He gets mad. I told him to go in there and tell his granny to put his shoes on. Hey people, this has been a talk of this video. Blabbing. Yeah, couldn't you just shut up, Rusty? Yeah, that's alright. Maybe next time it won't talk at all. We'll catch you fellers on the next video. If you could stand to watch it, thanks. And MHApro Map and all that. We're out of here.